What's going on, guys? It's Al King, aka Big Al with Throne Breaks, and this is episode 13, lucky number 13 of Throne Breaks. I was born on the 13th, Friday the 13th, actually. My mom almost named me Jason. We went with Alfred instead. It is what it is. I'm happy I'm not named Jason. It is episode number 13 of Throne Breaks, and today's episode is as good as any. I was able to have on a father-son duo, AK-47 fan and Rudy27 join me. Jeremy and Bradley, father-son duo in Idaho. They collect heavily, the whole family collects heavily. We kind of talk about the family aspect of collecting and what got them into it and who all does it in the family and everything. It's a great conversation. I can't wait for you guys to see that. I'm also going to open something that I ordered from Chicago Toy Company's Whatnot a while back and just haven't opened it, right? You know, I've opened up something from Chicago Toy already once this season. The Funko Pops behind me are from him. Spoiler alert, yes, there is a Funko Pop in here, but there's also two other things that usually I guess people don't get from Chicago Toy Company, so I'm excited for you to see that too. So hopefully you stick around for everything, and Throne Breaks, episode 13. Welcome. Hey, and I'm joined today here by AK-47 fan, aka Jeremy, and Rudy27, aka Bradley, father and son duo, the Keister clan, two of the Keister clan. Jeremy, Bradley, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, we're happy to be here today. We're excited. We're excited to join you.
Let's kind of transition to collecting, right? You guys both collect. You started, obviously, way back, Jeremy, and then you kind of stepped away. And you've come back in the fold like a lot of us. But when did you guys both start collecting? What got you into it? Jeremy, we can start with you and then we'll switch to Bradley.
I started 1989, and I was actually over at a friend's house. And we didn't have TV or anything. We lived out in the country, so we only got like 3 channels off of our antenna. So I'd go to his house because he lived in town and he had cable, which was the big thing. And there was a Jazz game on, and he was a Jazz fan. And I started watching Stockton and Malone and the whole pick and roll, and it just got me excited about basketball. And then all of a sudden I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, Dad, how do we get packs of cards? And from there it just like engulfed me. I just became obsessed with the game of basketball. We were playing all the time. We were going to card shows. We were collecting. And in about 96, my mom and dad opened up a store, and in that store they actually opened up like a little card shop within their store. And so from there, you know, I was trading with people, building my collection. Although I kind of regret it now, but I was trading Stockton and Malone's for Kobe rookie cards and Jordans. In hindsight, I'm like, man, I probably could have got those Stocktons and kept those, but it was a fun process. And, you know, growing up, it was all about the collecting and not about the money, and that was the main thing for me. And then I stepped away from it in about 2001, and about 2 or 3 years ago my kids just like really got into it and got excited about it, and my cousin came down to visit, and he's like, hey, you got to check out breaking. And then they told me some places to break, and that's where I ended up meeting you, was through breaking. And I just really got into it again. We bought our first hobby box, got a LaMelo Redemption in our first hobby box, and that was exciting. And then from there, it's just kind of exploded.
Bradley, what about you? What made you start? When did you start? I mean, you're young in the game.
Yeah, I started late Jaws year and early like LaMelo's year. They were kind of switching it. And how I started was my brother. He asked for a box for his birthday, and he just pulled cool cards, a cool Rudy, and I saw the Rudy and I wanted to get cards to trade in for it. So that's just kind of how it began for me. When
I was younger, I was really into trading Pokemon with everyone. Like, it didn't matter. I just, like you said, you like kind of seeing what they have, right? So it didn't even matter if maybe that day I didn't have anything that I could actually trade with that person. I just kind of wanted to be like, oh yeah, let me look, see what you have, and maybe we can work a trade, knowing that I didn't, but I got to see some cool cards. So that was kind of, when I was younger, I was kind of into that as well. So, Rudy, I know you said your brother collects a little bit because you tried to trade cards with him. Who else in your family is into card collecting besides you two and your brother?
Really, all my family. My mom, she collects like all snow globes. My sister, she collects Joe Ingles, and then my other brother, he collects Steph Curry. So we're all really collecting mainly just one person, though, or something like my mom. She collects snow globes.
The shiny cards.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anything that looks cool.
A cool card collector. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a few people like that. I'm a cool card collector. Some of the cards that Jeremy you show me, I'm like, that's a cool card. I kind of just want it.
I know sometimes that's how I am with a lot of the vintage 90s stuff as well. Like some of the artwork and stuff that they did on those 90s cards, I just really enjoy.
Yeah, like the Funimation ones and the one of Stockton that you showed me the other day, where he's got like a headset on. Those are really cool. I think that's why.
Yeah, that
for me, I gravitate to downtowns a lot. Like downtowns and kabooms, they're animated, right? Mangas now, those are cool cards, right? Those are kind of almost like throwback design type cards.
Yep. Any of the cartoonish stuff I've always enjoyed and always been a sucker for.
Yeah, 100%.
Same with Brad.
Where do you get most of your Jeremy? Let's talk about your extensive collection. I know no one that is watching this really knows. Some people might know, but you have a lot of 5 rows, 3 rows, shoe boxes. I don't know, name it, you got it. Full of cards, organized and everything. Is that just a compilation of over the years collecting? Or how did you come across all these? Is it just opening boxes? What is it?
So I would say it's a compilation of all those things. It started with just my personal collection that I had from childhood, which was about 2,500 cards. Half of that being Utah Jazz with a little bit of football and baseball mixed in. And then on top of that, once my brother and my dad, they kind of moved on from collecting. They both sold me their collections. So I had 3 collections to kind of start out with when I really got back into it again. But then I'm also a big thrifter, and I go out and I'm thrifting, going to yard sales, and I'm buying these just like mystery bags that you can't tell what they are. And I just buy the bags just to see, what's in them. And I get them that way. But then also on top of it, buying the hobby boxes, buying the retail boxes. I mean, we've been really lucky with that kind of stuff, and so we just continue to buy them. So I'd say it's a compilation of all those things, buying people's collections, my youth collection, and then also, thrifting, yard sales, but then also buying hobby boxes and retail boxes. I know sometimes we'll walk into like a Walmart and grab one of each just to, try it out and see, and then rip them. And when we rip as a family. And we all sat down together, and we got 2 sleeving, 1 hard casing, 1 ripping, and we pass it around, take turns opening the packs and waiting for those big hits, and then everybody gets excited, as you've seen in our videos before.
Yeah, that's so cool. The ripping as a family, like, kind of just brings you all together. I think that's pretty neat to have everyone kind of shared interest. And honestly, I've told you this before, you have your little army of sleevers and casers and assistant shippers and all that stuff.
Yeah, all together. And I forgot another big one too, which is the breaking. I mean, breaking has been another one where the single shows and the breaking, where we've been doing with Throne and with other companies, it's been another way to get a lot of cards as well. And it's just as exciting as opening packs, seeing what is the breaker going to break for you.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to transition to that, because you didn't mention that till just now. There's an app that's a lot easier than it ever was before, right? And I know Bradley, aka Rudy27, who I think even has his jersey on. You have a jersey on right now? The Rudy jersey?
He's got his Rudy jersey.
I love it. I think Bradley, did he get on Whatnot before you? The app called Whatnot, where you can just go on and buy cards with literally a touch of a button. Did you get on before him? How did that happen? I know he's got a little bit of fame. What made him famous over there? Who was first?
Well, I had it because of Pac-Man, but I didn't ever actually make an account until he actually showed us the Blez company. And then the Blez, every time there was a giveaway, they would always have a competition who could say 10 first to make the countdown. And then I was like the official countdowner after they had really big followers. And then everybody just knew me as the official countdowner. So ever since then, I've just been known, yeah.
The official countdowner.
Yeah, he became the official countdown. I think our other boy, Brighton, though, he was the first one to get on the app.
Yeah.
And he was the first one to win something for free. And that like got everybody excited. He won, I think it was like, I don't remember what team it was.
He won the Suns.
The Suns, yeah. And he got like a Devin Booker, which is one of his guys he collects. And from there, like we all just started getting on Whatnot. Then we started when you were ripping on there, then we started really enjoying it and buying in teams. And you know, I even remember that one day we grabbed the Warriors PYT because so many people have been hitting on there, you know, just to grab them and to get something exciting. Yeah. But yeah, his Whatnot fame came from the countdown, which is crazy.
Yeah, he is the official count. He was the fastest. I'll never forget. Whenever we called for it, he would never get beat. It was like he's the champ. He's literally, hey, we need to count. Boom, 10's already there. Like we didn't even finish the word countdown, and the number 10's already in chat. And we're like, okay, Rudy, you're up.
And then you know, it's not easy to do either. I've tried to do it before.
It's not. It's annoying. It's like it's kind of hard to do. Like there's a lot of pressure and stuff. Yeah. And I remember too his pacing really impressed Scott, and he was like, "This he has the right pace. He's the official. He knows what he's doing. He gets it."
Yeah, and it was funny because it is. And we would jump into other rooms. Matter of fact, we jumped into Pac-Man's room one day, and Pac-Man actually said hi to him and kind of knew who he was, which was crazy.
That's awesome. That is awesome. What is your guys' favorite part of collecting and the hobby as a whole? What would you say your favorite part is?
I would say breaking, actually getting into breaks, just because it's a gamble and you never know what you're going to get, if you're going to hit, or it's just kind of a waste of the money.
You don't want to waste the money, though. You got to hit something.
Yeah, I think it's the rush for him. He likes that part. I would say for me, like, I really enjoy collecting, but I think one thing that got me excited about collecting is this community of people, like getting to meet you and a lot of the other guys that and gals that we've met coming into this. Like, it's just like a whole family now. And the way that people just like hook each other up and help each other out is just amazing. Like, oh, that person, you know, didn't do so well, and somebody just gives them a card. It's just crazy, like how tight knit the community is, and how everybody looks out for each other. It's a really fun part for me of the whole process. Like, I love the actual card collecting, but I also love the community on top of it.
Yeah, it means a lot to me, the community and just the way people treat each other in there. And I'll say this too, and I'll say it out loud. You can kind of sniff out the ones that aren't in it for that reason, right? And you just don't have to associate with them. But most of them, like you said, you know, they take care of each other. They relate to each other, and just meeting people, right? Like you said, we would have never known each other if it wasn't for sports cards, right? And so I feel like we've developed a pretty good friendship, and you know, it's all because of the hobby, which is cool.
Yeah, it's like it's a bigger thing than it used to be, because you know, as a kid, we would go to card shops and little card shows and stuff, and it was just different. Like, you went in, you had an objective. It wasn't there to make friends. And now it's like a whole community of people. It's just so much different now than it was then.
It's true. That's actually a good point. I guess I didn't think about that. The objective has changed a little bit. It was get in, get out, and now it's get in, who's here? Oh, I know him. Oh, I know him. Hey, he looks cool. She looks cool. Let's go hang out, right? Yeah. That's wow. Until you said that, I guess I didn't really realize that. That's wow. That's a good evolution to have.
Good evolution. I agree. Yeah. The card world is an exciting place right now.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So Rudy 27, we know, at least I know, that you are a Rudy Gobert super collector. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how many Rudys you have. I know you're going for the Prism Rainbow. So if you see this and you have something from the Prism Rainbow 21-22 year,
Yep.
21-22 year, let us know, because we're going to get them the Rainbow. But so Rudy, do you have any that are your favorite out of your Rudy collection?
My favorites? These are probably my two favorites. This one I just got from Derek from Blaze.
It's Panini 1-in-1.
Panini
Yeah.
1-in-1. Yep, on card, dual patch, and I believe numbered to 99.
Wow, that's really cool. That's a great piece. Okay.
Also a one and a one of one.
He's got, this was his first 101 he got. Yeah, it's a steel, it's one of those plates.
Printing plate, yeah.
Yeah, printing plate, that's what it's called, printing plate. Wow, 101.
That you had a 1-of-1. Rudy, you've been holding out on me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's even got a little dent in it from when it was being used.
I love it.
But besides like the big cards, my favorite one I have is actually from that Prism set.
He's got his whole 3-row box sitting on his lap of his Rudies.
3-row box, all Rudies, or no?
No, just one row so far. One row and then a half of another row. Yeah.
Whoa. And in a 3-row, correct me if I'm wrong, I think in a 3-row,
Gonna show.
that's so cool. The sleeved, I think if you have top load, you can fit about 1,800 cards in there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's about right.
So if it's 600 per and he has a row and a half, that's a lot of Rudies.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Rudy. He's looking for that Prism one right now. He's got them in a certain order here.
Well, while he looks, do you have a couple of your own, Jeremy?
So my first ever, I had not heard of the whole grading thing until I got back into it. Like that wasn't a big deal when I was a kid and collecting, but
same.
I went to my very first card show in Boise, Idaho. And when I was there, I met this guy and his name's Gavin. And he owns a card shop in Boise, and he's a super genuine dude. And I became one of his loyal customers. And he sold me this.
Wow.
That's a Donovan playoff ticket rookie on card auto to 65.
Wow.
And that was my very first slab that I purchased.
And is that a PSA 9, 10?
PSA 9, yeah. PSA 9.
Yeah, wow.
Oops.
Yeah, grading wasn't a big deal, right? Back when we collected when we were younger. It just wasn't. Maybe it's because we were broke kids.
Yeah, I think so.
But I had no idea about it.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it. And I walked into a shop and these guys are like, look at these graded cards. I'm like, whoa, that's actually pretty cool. And the little slabs. And then another one that I got just recently. So now that Rudy and Donovan are not on the Jazz, I still collect them. I still follow them. I still like them. But now here's my main PC right here. I got a Panini 1-in-1 on card Lowry.
Yeah.
So him and Walker Kessler are my new PCs.
Hey, is Lowry there for the long haul?
I think so.
Is he going to retire with the Jazz?
I'm hoping. As long as
Will
Hardy's there,
isn't he? He's still pretty young, right?
Yeah, he's Donovan's class, so he's only 4 or 5 years in the league.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
So he's still, I know people forget, but he's still relatively young.
He was a stud ball player in college at Arizona. He was like an elite finally.
Yeah, it's insane what he's been doing this year, and I'm trying to gobble his stuff up before his prices get astronomical.
Right.
And then he found his prisms.
Okay.
There's one of his rainbow.
So why is that your favorite one?
Because my favorite color is actually red, and I just like it. I don't know why, it's just cool to me.
No, the red prisms are sharp, especially the true red. That's the true red, right? Not a wave or a...
Oh, yeah,
that's the true red.
Yeah, the true reds look really, really clean, for sure. Very cool.
And then a buddy of mine, he lives in Portland, and he knows I'm a big Jazz fan, but Stockton and Malone. Yeah. Yep. Stockton and Malone. He sent these to me as a gift.
See, and that goes back to the taking care of each other, right?
Yep.
The amount of cards that we get as gifts and stuff it's amazing. And, Lions Den, who I know you guys know because we're building a little community with Throne Breaks, knows I like Disney. And so he sends me a Disney pack every now and then. And this is one of the cards that came out of it. So it's cool. It just goes back to the community and everyone taking care of each other and just being kind, spreading positivity and being, I don't know, just friendly to each other. The community's an amazing place in the sports card world.
I know my wife has now been looking for those Disney packs since she showed that.
It is an Upper Deck 2019 Upper Deck. I'm assuming it's just Upper Deck Disney, but it might be Upper Deck Disney Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out because she got excited when you ripped that.
Yeah, 2019, Tyler. Jaw year. Maybe I'll pull a jaw.
Jaw year Disney.
Actually, this is my only graded card of Rudy and my first
ever slab.
Yeah, and my only one actually.
It's the green and yellow and blue.
Yeah, no, those are cool.
I think that's from the year that you really like too, the 2019.
19, yeah.
Yeah, 1920.
19. Oh, the Prism 19, yeah.
Yeah, the Prism.
Prism design that year was unreal. Like, the best design I think that Prism has had since I've paid attention, I guess. Well, guys, I thank you for your time. Thank you for having cards ready to show off. Thank you for telling me about the family collecting. And I mean, I kind of knew all this already. This is probably the easiest interview I've had to do. I knew the answer to all the questions. I was like a lawyer, right? A lawyer only asks questions he knows the answer to.
Yeah.
I like a lawyer today.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun. It's fun to share our excitement for the hobby, and I hope when people see this that more families get involved as a family. It's something that's actually brought us closer as a family. Like when we do basketball collecting, sports card collecting, we all sit down and everybody gets excited and we do it together. And, so that's another part of it that I really like. It's something I can do with my kids, even my daughter that's graduated. She comes over, she brings her boyfriend. We got him into collecting. I mean, we just all sit around the table and have fun. Even my dad's getting back into it because of it, just because of the excitement of it. And so, hopefully families see it's something they can do together and just have fun.
Let me ask you this really quick. I know I said that was it, but I have one more question.
Okay.
I know growing up for me, it was a really big deal for my dad. Not so much my mom, but really my dad, to make sure that we sat down at the dinner table every night and we ate dinner together as a family, right? I think that is kind of fading in today's world. I don't know if your family has already done that, but do you think maybe to a family who is struggling to find time at the dinner table together, maybe the hobby can get them to do that again? I think it's really cool what you just said.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And we actually use our kitchen table because it's bigger, because of how big our family is, to do our big, like when we buy a bunch of boxes, that's where we rip them so that everybody can sit down at the table together. And I completely agree that is, going away. And when it's not basketball season in our house, because we're all busy with basketball, we usually do try to sit down together quite often. But, it's not always easy. But like you said, that is a perfect, opportunity to use your dinner table for something. And that's where we do our big rips when we get 5 or 6 boxes or whatever.
That's cool. Very cool. Well, thanks again, guys, for your time. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. We've had a lot of fun too.
Guys, as I said, I got something from Chicago Toy Company. It's been here for about a month. You know what they say, if it sits, it hits. It's been marinating. I know what's in it, but like I mentioned, I know there's going to be a Funko Pop in there that I won off their Whatnot, Chicago Toy Company. All one word, no spaces. On Whatnot. Got a Funko on there. But also I said a couple other items that you usually don't know that you can get from Chicago Toy Company. So, peep game. Check it out. Let's see what's in here. Let's see what's in here. George and everyone down there at Chicago Toy, they're amazing. I've talked about them plenty on the season. I'll keep talking about them after the season. I'll talk about them forever. See? Thank you for your purchase. No, thank you, Chicago Toy. Thank you. So let's start with what I'm assuming is the Funko Pop that I won. Yeah. Clark Kent Vaulted. Clark Kent Vaulted. That's cool. It's Clark Kent, and he's opening up his jacket to reveal the Superman logo. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Comes in the Chicago Toy Company holder, and I don't know. They ran it, and I was like, I like that. I think I want that. And so I got it. Clark Kent vaulted. And now the other two things. And George, if you watch this, and I'll tell him to watch this part. If you watch this, George, one of these was a mistake order, because this isn't from the Buy It Now section, okay? It's from the Buy It Now section in his store. It's t-shirts. And it was embarrassing, because I wanted one of these shirts I really wanted as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, have to have that. And somehow, I don't know what I did, but I think I don't know. Honestly, I accidentally hit the wrong Buy It Now button on another t-shirt. And instead of me being a clown and embarrassing myself and making one of my good hobby buddies have to give me a refund, I said, you know what, I'll take that too. So the first one, the accidental one, is a Captain America. Not that I don't like Marvel, right? I mean, I'm a Marvel guy. A Captain America Pop Marvel shirt. I think that's pretty darn cool. But like I said, it was accidental. Doesn't mean I'm not going to rock it. I'm happy as Captain America, not like, a size small mermaid shirt or something. Something I couldn't wear. This is the one I wanted. Immediately. As soon as I saw it, I was like, excuse me? That must make my closet. That must make my closet. Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking at it first. Space Jam t-shirt. How sick is that? Rule the court. It says, let's jam. Yeah, that one was not accidental. That one was mad intentional. I can't believe I let it sit for this long. I gotta rock that literally probably this weekend. What great shirts. Again, they do pops better than anyone. Not even close, if you ask me. And I'm new to the pop game, so maybe I'm biased, right? But yeah, they just do it so well. So check out Chicago Toy Company if you haven't yet. Again, I want to thank Jeremy and Bradley for joining me. It was an amazing conversation with two people that I've become closer with, right? The hobby, we talked about in the interview, it's about building a community, building a friendship, an environment, a peaceful, fun, happy, family-oriented type environment. If you're not part of the Discord yet, please join it. Please, please, please join it. We have a lot of good conversation in there. We talk about checklists. We talk about upcoming releases. We have buy, sell, trade. We have a joke section. We have food photos. It's just nice. We're all kind of come together, hanging out, talking about whatever we want, right? So if you don't have the Discord yet, or if you're not part of it yet, please join it. It's an amazing little community that we're building right now. They gave themselves the nickname the Thronies. So it's the Thronies in our Discord. Come hang out with us. Come kick it. Come check it out. Jeremy's in there, Rudy's in there. You can hang out with all of us. It's a lot of fun in there. So please, if you don't have it, please go get it. We post stuff about upcoming live streams, everything that you can think of. So it's a lot of fun. We're coming up to the end of the first season of Titan TV. It's been a heck of an experience for me. I know Corey's been enjoying it. If you don't know, Corey's my roommate. Booze and Budget. Booze and Budget. It shows later tonight. It's after mine. Okay. We've all had a great time. There's 4 of us that do it. And what you can do, it's awesome the way that they have it set up, is go to Titan Media Collective /Titan TV. And on that page, you can click on any of our icons and it takes you to our playlist on YouTube. So you can go back and watch any of the previous episodes. And the future episodes can be found there as well, meaning this one and the finale, which is next week. So please go check it out. Titan Media Collective /Titan TV. Click on the Throne Breaks icon. Click on the Josie Show icon. Click on Booze and Budget. Click on Who Wore It Best. Click on Throne Breaks. Click on Who Wore It Best. Click on Booze and Budget. Click on the Josie Show. Over and over and over again. Check us out. We put a lot of time and effort into this content. We've all had a lot of fun doing it. We hope you're enjoying watching it. And until next time, don't forget how awesome you are. Peace.